So hello guys, this is Jonas of class 9. Today I am going to tell you about biogeochemical cycle and water cycle. First we will be taking up with biogeochemical cycle. In biogeochemical cycle, first key points. First, energy flows through an ecosystem and is displayed as heat, but ecosystem elements are recycled. Second point, the ways in which an element or component such as water moves between its various living and non-living forms and locations in the biosphere is called as biogeochemical cycle. Third point, biogeochemical cycle is important to living organisms include the water, carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus and sulfur cycles. Energy flows directionally through Earth's ecosystem, typically entering in form of sunlight and exiting in form of heat. However, the chemical components that make up living organisms are different, means they get recycled. Now what does that mean? For one thing, the atoms in your body are not brand new. Instead, they have been cycling through the biosphere for a long time. And they have been part of many organisms and non-living components along the way. You may or may not believe in reincarnation as a spiritual concept, but there is no question that atoms in your body have been part of a huge number of living and non-living things over the course of time. The six most common elements in organic molecules are carbon, nitrogen, hydrogen, oxygen, phosphorus and sulfur. Take a variety of chemical forms. They may be stored for a long or short periods in the atmosphere, on land, in water or beneath of the earth's surface, as well as in the bodies of living organisms. Geologic processes such as weathering of rocks, erosion, water drainage and the subjugation of constituent plates all play a role in the recycling of materials, as do interaction among organisms. First point, the vast majority of Earth's water is salt water found in oceans. Only a tiny fraction is readily accessible fresh water, which is what humans need. And second point, water found at the Earth's surface can cycle rapidly, but much of Earth's water lies in ice, oceans, and underground reservoirs. This water cycles slowly. Third point, the water cycle is complex and involves state changes in water as well as the physical movement of water through and between ecosystems. Fourth point, groundwater is found underground between soil particles and in cracks of rocks. Aquifers are groundwater reservoirs often tapped by wells. Water is so important for living things because half of your body is covered with water. If you take your cell, 70% of water is covered. So, you need a reliable supply of fresh water to survive. Of the water on Earth, 97.5% is salt water. Of the remaining water, over 99% is in the form of underground water or ice. All told, less than 1% of fresh water is found in lakes, rivers, and other available surface forms. The water cycle is driven by the sun's energy. The sun warms the ocean surface and other surfaces of water, causing liquid water to evaporate and ice to sublimate, turn directly from a solid to a gas. These sun-driven processes move water into atmosphere in form of water vapor. Over time, water vapor in the atmosphere condenses into clouds and eventually falls as precipitation, rain or snow. When precipitation reaches Earth's surface, it has a few options. It may evaporate again, flow over the surface or percolate, sink down into the ground.
Panda. I got broads in Atlanta. Just to throw me in the family. Credit cards and the scammers. Getting no licks in the band. Legacies.